What's going on, Internet? You're watching myopia-tv, and I'm about to move. It's taken over my life for the past couple weeks, and I decided now that I've gotten everyone stood up and at least semi-presentable, I'm going to do a quick tour before all of my action figures get packed up for a move across the country, which I'm very excited about. I'm very excited to document rebuilding it, but I thought, let's do a quick tour first and see where I'm at. When I started collecting, probably at the beginning of COVID, I had a little bit less space allocated. I moved during that time, and this collection kind of grew amorphously with no plan in my mind. I think where we're moving next, I definitely have a plan first and foremost to set up and make it more presentable. So this is the start, and we'll kind of do a walkthrough of everyone hanging out. You can see this shelf is just, most shelves are a mishmash of characters. As you can see, with Galactus, the Galactus Heralds and the Galactus box that has been stored there, rather than keep him in the box. I know it's been hard to find a place for him. And I also, for a while, had a roasting marshmallow motif with the Stay Puffs and all my Fire Bros up here, but alas, that has not come to pass. Moving on, this is kind of what I thought of, it's like the first shelf. I actually got a Jeffrey the Giraffe figure at Sergeant Red's in Utica, Michigan, and I sort of think of him as like the guide through. He's like the tour guide of all the toys. You can see I have one Ultimate Warrior here. I have one in shipment, in transit currently. Moving on, I have some Legos that my wife had from Harry Potter. She had Neville, and I think these are called brickheads for Harry and Hedwig. This shelf is another mishmash where it's Power Rangers, it's Star Wars, it's Overwatch. Down here, another shelf where things are falling over. I have Psycho Man's book in here. This is my wife's Wolfman. Few Legos. I don't collect Legos, but we do have a few minifigures. My wife collects minifigures mainly. A mishmash of other stuff. Oh, this is designed by Pusshead. If anyone knows, he was a legendary illustrator who drew old Metallica shirts and Misfit shirts. It's like old crusty punk stuff that you now see at Target. I'm also gonna call it, my wife got me these Earthbound, I don't know what you call them, maquettes, standees, whatever. She got them for me for my birthday off Etsy. I'll post a link. These are also my wife's minifigures, with the exception of a few in here, which are mine. Spawn, the Silent Hill ones, Predator. Looking close, you see my wife's Edna Mode figure. And this is where we start. I think all my figure arts are down on these shelves. I only have a few Dragon Ball figures. I am eager to just hand over my wallet and life to SH Figure Arts for all their anime figures. They can drag me away. And a few Ninja Turtles wound up over here too. Also some old drawings, which stick around. This shelf is mostly was all Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles crossover, and one Skeletor for some reason. Oh, and the Zeo Gold Ranger. And this shelf is mostly Masterverse, another collection I really like that just took up a ton of room and got disorganized real quickly. Moving right along, you can see I have some California raisins. These are also my wife's. And one of the first things I collected was Mold-O-Ramas. If anyone's familiar with Mold-O-Rama, they're a small machine that's located in like zoos and parks, mostly across Brookfield Zoo outside of Chicago, and you just get wax molds at every exhibit. Not every exhibit. I think they've been consolidated since then. I can't tell you how many field trips I went on growing up in the suburbs of Chicago, where I like had money for, like, how many times did I buy this dolphin? I'm sure I bought 10 of these in my lifetime, because we went to Brookfield Zoo, like once a year, and I'm pretty sure this one is the one I bought the most. I don't know, maybe it's the gorilla. Either way, this is an all new collection that I started when I was at Henry Ford many years ago, so you'll see them pop up. I have some Christmas ones, and I think we're from the Museum of Science and Industry. And this is also my music shelf. You're starting to see another wild mix of everything. That's the Swapped Powers Yellow and Red Ranger set. Yellow Ranger. Some Jurassic Park figures. This SPD figure never stood, and now he has like a bum foot. You can kind of see he sort of taps it out. But I finally got him to stand, so we'll see if that works. Anyways, a lot more Mold-O-Ramas and the pumpkin wrapper. Let's go over here first. Another conglomeration shelf of mostly Power Rangers, Marvel Legends, NECA Ninja Turtles. Of course, there's the man himself. And that is Dave Filoni's helmet, but I don't know where he is. Then we're going to move on to the man himself. Galactus is monstrous. When he stands, he's easily going to be a huge centerpiece. He doesn't deserve to be next to a cat scratcher. So let's go down here really quick and look at the Ghostbusters I have. And some Fortnite. I have the Dark Meowscles that I got, I think at not a Five Below, a Ross. Check your Rosses. The Scroll from Pulse. I have some little guys. These are the guys I got at Five Below. They're like the little mini Transformers that come with a blast effect. And here they reside. More Mold-O-Ramas that I pulled out. Power Rangers and Fortnite characters that I like to think are coupled up. Maybe. I don't know. This is a shelf I bought off Amazon that, again, is actually pretty wobbly. I wouldn't recommend it. The reason everyone's sort of mishmashed over here is because everyone's fallen over at some point or another, and these action figure stands kind of didn't work. But it's a pretty cool rounded out collection. I also saved some of the display boxes from these Ninja Turtle 4-packs. And that's a Simpsons background. I'm trying to collect all of those World of Springfield toys. But yeah, I saved these box backgrounds from the NECA Ninja Turtles. I don't know if they're gonna make the move. See, he doesn't stand. That's just a problem. Yeah, I don't know if the boxes are gonna survive the move, but hopefully. Also, I love that Lord Drakon figure, and Count Chocula just is in the wrong part of town right now, man. So yeah, this shelf is all Ninja Turtles. Again, I think this is the pre-mutation box. Most of these characters are out here. And then last shelf, bottom shelf is almost all of my Transformers, which is a collection I go back to off and on, and I should just stick with it. Transformers was like my ride or die as a kid. Moving along to my desk. This is my very overcrowded desk. Most of now what you're going to see is my classified series collection, which is kind of my bread and butter. It's what got me back into toy collecting. And I've been shooting reviews and photos of a lot of these guys you see here. And there's also a mess. I admit, there's a mess. Just kind of sprawled. Yeah, these are the last ones I've been taking pictures of. So I finally got my Zeo cogs. So yeah, what started it all? This is my first, I guess this would be my first proper shelf of classified series. The overflow is kind of what you've already seen. Yeah, this used to be a mostly Joe shelf until a few people fell. And up here is mostly a Cobra shelf. And I think when my move is done, I'm going to open my Snake Supreme. I never opened the Snake Supreme. You can kind of see Baroness up there. She's hiding. Yeah, this is all the classified. Oh, and then you get up here, and then there's some Simpsons and some music figures. In another lifetime, I was a punk. And Gorilla Biscuits and Misfits are still two of the greatest bands ever. If you ever had a band that was a Saturday morning cartoon, either of these bands would qualify. In fact, there should be a Saturday morning cartoon just based off either of these bands. You don't need to get into the Misfits drama. You can just make it like the Misfits meet Scooby-Doo, and I would be pleased. And up here is that original series of Ghostbusters Plasma Series figures. I got a cough. Sorry. Which I really liked. I just wish they were in better scale with everyone. So yeah, what started it all? This is my first, I guess this would be my first proper shelf of classified series. The overflow is kind of what you've already seen. Yeah, this used to be a mostly Joe shelf until a few people fell. And up here is mostly a Cobra shelf. And I think when my move is done, I'm going to open my Snake Supreme. I never opened the Snake Supreme. You can kind of see Baroness up there. She's hiding. Yeah, this is all the classified. Well, and then you get up here, and then there's some Simpsons and some music figures. In another lifetime, I was a punk. And Gorilla Biscuits and Misfits are still two of the greatest bands ever. If you ever needed a band that was a Saturday morning if you ever had a band that was a Saturday morning cartoon, either of these bands would qualify. In fact, there should be a Saturday morning cartoon just based off either of these bands. You don't need to get into the Misfits drama. You can just make it like the Misfits meet Scooby-Doo, and I would be pleased. And up here is that original series of Ghostbusters Plasma Series figures. I got a cough. Sorry. Which I really liked. I just wish they were in better scale with everyone. One more classified shelf. Kind of the holdovers. I shouldn't say that. A lot of these figures are really cool. Like I said, a few of them have fallen, and when they've fallen, or when I had to install a third shelf, they ended up here. But the last couple shelves above my desk, mostly Marvel Legends and a few extras. I think there's the Viper back there, part of the set. Just about everyone else is Marvel Legends. A couple of my favorites back here, that Daredevil from the Daredevil set, and that retro Iron Man. Or I shouldn't even say retro, I guess it was the 90s Marvel vs. Capcom Iron Man. I also lied too. There's the female Blue Ninja from the classified set. Also another one of my favorite figures. And I think this is a good team to end on. The Green Ranger, Spider-Man, Elektra, and Magna Defender. And lastly, I should show off my wife's collection, which is growing. And she had, I think the first thing she got was this Jaws Toonie Terror. Jaws was her favorite movie, so she jumped at that. And I've already shipped the NECA figures to our destination, so she'll have to unbox them there. This is mostly her collection. This is all her collection. I'm sorry, except for this Timothy Olyphant figure, which I kind of count as mine. I think this is the Diamond Select Muppets. Yeah, this is definitely the Diamond Select Muppets figures and the Lego minifigs. So yeah, I think that's about it. As a special bonus, my stepdaughter wanted me to show off her manga collection. Humble brag. Anyways, thank you for watching. Take care. I will see you on the other side of this move, hopefully. Definitely.